Welcome to another video, and in this video I would be explaining proportionate to size sampling approach, and I will start with the meaning of proportions as well as the proportionate to size, as it were. The proportionate to size is a type of sampling technique where each subgroup in the population is sampled in proportion to its size. Larger groups contribute more samples while smaller groups contribute fewer samples to maintain the population structure. So the simple uh, fact is that uh, the sample that we get by proportionate to size is actually the reflection of how different subgroups in a particular population are actually represented. So let's say we have a population whereby we have two subgroups, maybe fishermen, and the other subgroup are uh, maybe people that own hotels. Let's say we have in that population, let's assume we have 1,000 fishermen, and we also have 200 people that have hotels, and we want to sample that combination of groups, subgroups in a particular population. The first thing we have to do is to think of the fact that our sample size, the number of fishermen in our sample that we finally obtain, must be 5 times the number of people owning hotels, because originally their population is the ratio 5 to 1. So it is actually used like that. So the point is that there must be a distinct group and the population is divided. It could be schools, uh, it could be other. Then the size differences matter, because if you just randomize and you just stratify randomly, you may miss something out. So it is giving us a better picture. So proportionate to size is a bit more robust than the stratified sampling technique because of the details and rigor that goes into it. Look at the proportion of 1,000 students divided into three classes. So we have 200, 300, 500. So the first class, you have 20% of students, 30%, 50%. So if you want to take 100 sample representing the three classes, the point is that our 100% to 20% of 100 is also 20, 30% of 200 is 30, and 500, 50% of 500, 10%, 50% of that 100 is also 50. So from our group class of 500, we take 50, because the proportion of the on that population. So that's why I say proportion is equals to group size divided by total population. So sample size per group is proportion times total sample size. So if you look at it, the sample size that we will have here will be the proportion, which is, let's put 20 here, times total sample size, which is 100, 20% of 100. So when you multiply that, you get 20. That's how we got the 20 that we have multiplied. So when you are doing proportionate to size sampling technique, it is good to identify and list all the group and size of the group, calculate the total, add it up, determine the proportion, calculate and multiply the proportion by total sample size, and that will give you the population that you are looking for. Advantage of proportionate to size is that It gives us an accurate representation because it reflects the actual population and the population maintaining the demographic balance of the original population. So your sample actually maintains, it reduces biases, and the validity of such a survey conducted could be more higher than other ones. Accuracy issues for humanities, you may not get accurately, that's the limitation, the number of people in a particular subgroup. So your calculation of the percentage could just be nearest to accurate, not very accurate. And if the subgroup are small, their representation may be small. So as a result of that, one can use disproportionate sampling such that the sample is not a proportion of the exact population. Thank you very much.